Alright, let's get started with our photo collage today. Now today's activity is actually a lot simpler in terms of the steps, but the only thing is we're dealing with a lot more photos today. Okay, so first and foremost, please on your IT HBL page, you need to download all the different files that you can use today. So firstly, download today's activity instructions. Click the download icon beside it. Okay, once done, you will see that the instructions have been downloaded to your computer. So you can simply click this open. Okay, it will appear on a new web tab. Alright, you can scroll down and follow the instructions step by step to do your activity. Okay, so this is how you use the step-by-step instructions to guide you. Alright, now going back to the IT HBL page. Okay, today you will also need to download your 4 photos that I picked out for you. These photos were according to the theme that you chose last week. Okay, so do click the download icon under each of the 4 photos under your name. Alright, for this demonstration, I'm going to use my own photos. Okay, what Miss Claire did was I chose a theme that has people and nature. So you notice mine has a lot of green and it's about people and nature. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and download all my pictures. So you notice that as I'm clicking the download icon, each of them will appear downloaded on my screen here. Okay, you don't have to open them here. We're going to open it on Pixlr. So let's get started. I have a link here for you, so you can just click this link here. Or you can just type in your website browser bar, pixlr.com/x. Okay, now today's photo collage is a bit special. We are going to use a template. So I need you to scroll all the way to the bottom of the page. Okay, look for this little button that says Simple Collage. Click Open. Alright, and then you will notice that Pixlr will give you a whole set of different templates for your photo. Okay, for today's activity, since I've given you 4 photos to use, you can choose either 3 or 4 boxes for your template. Okay, so things like 9 boxes, that's too many for us. You can do something like this or something like this. Okay, I'm going to use one with 4 boxes in this way, but it is up to you which style you like. Okay, once you click on something you like, click Use this template. Okay, and after waiting a while, you should see it pop up on your screen. Now, today is a bit special. You notice that on our right side, there are a few more layers. Now, each of these layers represent each of the boxes here. So when you add your photo into each of these template boxes, they will also appear within the layers here. Okay, now let's focus on the boxes. We're going to add our photos first. So to do this, click your first box, go to Arrange and Style. Okay, and then I need you to click on this button called Set Image to find your pictures. Okay, but before that, let me go through the different options that you also have. Okay, so when you do your boxes for the template, you notice that you can also change the shape of them. So you can explore and try to find a shape that you really like. You see that? Okay, so if you don't like the box shape, you can simply choose another shape. Okay, and you notice that I've only done this for the first box. So if you want to do for other boxes, you have to click on that other layers. Alright, so you can also try adding an outline. This will add a color rim around your picture. You can choose a color from here. Don't like it, just off it. You can also do a shadow effect under your box. Okay, it will be more obvious when you have the picture inside. Alright, now I don't want it, so I'm going to switch it off. Okay, now without further ado, let's set our image. I'm going to add my first image into the first box, so click here. Okay, go to Downloads. Go and find your photo file that you downloaded, so the name should match. You should be A, B, C, and D today. Okay, so for my first box, I'm going to put my photo A. Alright, once done, I can decide if I want to change any of the settings here. I'm going to move on to the second box, so click the second box. Same thing, set image. Put my second image there. Third box, click set image. And go and find my third picture. Okay, then the fourth box, click set image. And go and find the fourth and final picture. Alright, great. So I'm all set. you notice that once I've added all my photos in, all the empty layers are now filled with pictures as well. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the very first step of photo editing. Now that our photos are in, we're going to adjust the pictures. Okay, so everyone, please go to adjust and filter. Okay, so as what we have explored last week, adjust and filter gives you a number of options you can choose to adjust your picture. Whether you want to adjust the color, is it too dull, is it too colorful, you want to change the vibrance. Okay, so just play around with the sliders here. Or you want to change the light, is it too bright, too dark, just change the settings here. Okay, and if you are not sure how to use it, don't worry, just click onto the auto adjust and you should see your pictures being automatically adjusted. Okay, and once done, don't forget to click apply. If you don't like what you have done, just undo. Okay, now for today's task, I'm going to make it quick. I'm going to do an auto adjust for all my pictures. So to do this, please remember, today we are working with 4 different pictures, 4 different layers. So click on each of them to adjust. Okay, so I'm going to start with my first photo here. So I'm going to click the first photo layer. Okay, do an adjustment. Finish. Click my next layer. Go and do my adjustment. Finish. Move on to my third. And finally to my last. Alright, now I'm done. I'm going to move on to the second step of photo editing, which is to add filter. Okay, so this is actually under the effects button in Pixlr. So when you click effect, okay, same thing, you get to choose filters, and the best thing is you get to filter each of your photo differently. Because each of them are different layers, you have to click on each of the layer and choose the effect for them. You can choose the same effect for all the layers, or you can choose to have each layer have different filter effect. Okay, so I'm going to do just a simple one. So I'm going to click back my first photo layer here. Okay, I'm going to do a simple color change. Let me choose this one. Okay, and everyone, you notice that when you also choose your filter effect, you get to change the extent of it. You can play with the slider, make it a bit more or a bit less. Up to you, okay? Finish, move on to your other layer. I think I'm going to do the same effect for this one. So I'm going to click this photo layer. Make sure you see a blue box around the layer that you've clicked. Okay, and then I do the effect that I want. Okay, once done, move on to my other layers. Click the layer first, remember, and make sure you see a blue box. You also notice that the effects preview changes. Okay, I'm going to try something else now. Okay, I'm good with that. And finally, move on to the last. Alright, okay, my photos look very reddish today. Okay, so let's say you are done. Or maybe I'll choose this one, make it a bit greener. Okay, let's say you're done with your photo editing, the filters. You can move on to the decorative step of photo editing. Okay, so for decorative, I introduced this to you last week. You can go to add an element. What can you add? You can add things like overlays, which are things you put over like lights. Okay, fancy lights, patterns, okay, all these, make sure you click on the ones without the premium sticker, okay, all these will appear as another layer in your picture, so you can just change the layers to rearrange it. Alright, you can add more than one element. You can also add a border, you can also add a shape or sticker. Okay, for me today, I decide to use a simple border, but my border doesn't go all round. Okay, what I've chosen is abstract elements. I chose one that suits my photo theme. Okay, so I chose this. Alright, some abstract lines. Okay, now everyone, this is the important part. You notice that sometimes when you add elements, hey, they are not appearing the way that is shown here. This could be because that element layer is hiding behind other photo layers. So what you can do is just to click and drag the layer up right to the top to make sure it appears right on top where you want it, or you can just rearrange and shift it wherever you want. Okay, so play around with the layer box. This is to help you arrange your things in front and back. Okay, now let's say I'm done. I'm going to move on to the last thing for decorating, I'm going to add a text and a text in the text box. Okay, and I'm going to fit it in somewhere nicely at a small corner. Okay, so what I'm going to do is click on my add text. I'm going to click add new text. Okay, you notice that a text box has appeared here. Going to change my text. Please type something or use some words that matches the theme of your photos. Mine is people and nature, so I'm going to say something like hello spring. Okay, but it's really up to you what you want to add in. Make sure it just is relevant. Okay, so once I add it in, you can choose your font as well. Make sure to choose a font without the premium sticker. Without it. Okay, I'm going to choose a simple one that's neat. All right, a bit too small. You can change the size. Okay, that works. Okay, you can also change the fill color if you like. I'm going to match it with this yellow line here. So I'm just going to estimate and find a yellow color. Okay, about that. Okay, and then everyone, you notice that when you do a photo collage, there is very little white space or a background for your words. So for your words, your text, right, you might need to add a background to it. Okay, so when you're on this, you notice that, hey, my text box is now colored. I can also choose a color that I want. Okay, Miss Claire likes things to be very neat, so I'm going to match the color of my text box to the white lines in the back. Okay, I'm going to sort of blend it in. All right, something like that. Okay, and then everyone remember, once you're done adjusting your text, okay, you can also play around with its position. Okay, you can turn it by dragging this white circle at the top, or you can resize it by dragging the sides. Okay, so that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it a bit smaller and shift it to this little corner over here. All right, nice, it fits. Okay, so let's say I'm done. Once you're happy with it, we are going to save the work. Okay, so click Save. Go to PNG for a high resolution picture. Change your file name. Okay, add your name in. And don't forget to tell me that it is a photo collage. Okay, so say it here. All right, and download your completed photo collage. Okay, so you notice that when you download, it will have been downloaded to your computer here. Okay, you can close Pixlr once you're done. Okay, close the website. All right, let's say you're done referring to your instructions, you can close this as well. Okay, then go back to your eCampus page. I have a tick the quiz button at the bottom of this page here. Okay, so click on that and follow the instructions to upload your photo collage and do the reflection on that quiz page. Okay, so everyone have fun, enjoy the process. Anything, if you need help, just talk to me on our Teams group. Okay, or I will set up a live conference link. You can just click on that and talk to me straight away. Okay, so see you next time. Have fun and happy holidays.